Guys, what's up? My name's Swords, and today we're going to talk about how to play Emma Frost. This isn't going to be a video that just reads her abilities. I'm actually going to teach you how to use her in a game against other players using actual gameplay. You're going to understand what kind of Vanguard Emma is, where to position, her strengths and weaknesses, and overall playstyle. Emma Frost will be the next powerful Vanguard to enter Marvel Rivals. The first step to playing her is understanding what kind of Vanguard Emma is. If I had to define her, I would say she's a tempo tank. As a tempo tank, she is capable of switching up the pace of the fight in an instant. Spread across her kit, she's got a shield that she can place in any direction, a primary attack with a little bit of poke that ramps up damage over time, which she can use from a medium distance. And in diamond form, she becomes really good at brawling and gets new abilities that provide counterplay opportunities. Playing as Emma Frost, you want to think like a playmaker and find opportunities to make big impact that can help you cancel ultimates, protect yourself from crowd control abilities, and find value wherever you can. First, it's important to understand your strengths and weaknesses. Your biggest strength as Emma is going to be your diamond form. It's a strong ability, but it's not something you can force value from. It's something you have to wait for the opportunity for. The biggest value that you're going to get from this is up close and nearby walls. Diamond form reduces your overall incoming damage, makes you immune to crowd control effects, immune to certain enemy ultimate effects, and changes your attacks and abilities. Your primary attack becomes a melee combo that helps in those close range scenarios where you can use your ability to grab enemies for a chokeslam, which leaves them vulnerable to damage from your team. And after these chokeslams, you can follow up by kicking them into walls for extra damage. There's a lot of opportunity in diamond form, but you need to be smart about how you go about using it. This form is on a 15-second cooldown, which is a long time for a team fight. Managing your resources, attacks, and abilities between her normal and diamond form is going to be important as an Emma Frost player. When you're in her normal form, you're going to want to be focusing on staying within range of the enemy to continue charging your primary beam. The damage on this beam ramps up over time, and when maxed out at 100, it becomes no joke. It's a lot more deadly and a lot more effective. I like to charge this up until about halfway in Vanguards or easy targets. Then when it's stronger, I like to focus this beam on squishier targets. The important idea here is to not lose your damage. If a few seconds pass without you doing any damage with this beam, your ramped up damage that you built up is going to fall off very quickly. So it's important that you maintain this damage as much as you can so you can have as much value for your team. The other aspect of this is her mind crystal ability, or at least I think that's what it's called, or something like that. This ability not only matches damage to the host, but when destroyed, unleashes a good amount of burst damage, which is going to be great against low health targets. You want to line up this mind crystal with the enemy it was pulled from so you can do double the damage. It's a really good ability on a 6-second cooldown, and it's amazing for team fights. This ability is going to help you carry games, so don't forget to use it. You should be using this ability as much as possible so you can have as much value. The other aspect of Emma in this normal form is her shield. It's a great shield really that you can place at range. Better than Magneto's, but not as strong as Doctor Strange's. The value for this shield is that you can place it pretty much anywhere. You're going to very quickly realize that this shield breaks pretty quickly though against the enemy team. So it's best to use to help out individual allies or pairs of allies in between fights. Against divers, your healers are going to have a hard time if they're not close to you, so that shield's going to be helpful when you're at range. Otherwise, against divers, being in diamond form is going to help those strategists a lot. There's a lot of opportunity in Emma's shield though, including the ability to cut off healing from enemy healers healing their tanks. So keep in mind that you can use this for that purpose too, just by placing a shield behind the enemy Vanguard. The shield has its own health, but you can recall it whenever you want. Only when the shield is recalled does it recharge its health. Don't forget to recall it and recharge its health whenever it's not in use. You can place the shield wherever you like every 4 seconds, so it's easy to reposition wherever you need it to. Using it for yourself can be useful if you can get away with it and allow you to take wide angles with your shield in front of you to protect you when your damage is ramped up. You can focus down targets. Just be careful leaving your team without a shield, because I noticed they are much more vulnerable. Your positioning is important. Against a good Hawkeye or a good Punisher who keeps their distance, you're going to find difficulty as they break your shield quick, and being unable to damage them with any of your attacks or abilities is going to be frustrating. Positioning nearby cover in normal form is where you want to be. Make a good position around. Paired together with a good Magneto is going to allow you to play more offensive as Emma with the extra shields and team up. Magneto is going to let you play much more aggressively. I would say Emma Magneto is going to be a popular Vanguard pair because of this going into Season 2. There's going to be so much space created by the two with their shields. Just remember not to forsake your strategists and do your best to protect them and keep your eye on them, don't forget. But to restate, the bread and butter and key to playing Emma in normal form is to charge up and maintain your damage. Try your best not to let your damage fall off and focus on using those mind crystals at every opportunity. Focus on protecting specific allies with your shield and do not let your abilities go to waste. Now let's talk about her diamond form. She can survive a variety of ultimates and has access to two of the strongest abilities in the game: her grab and her kick. Her grab ability can cancel many ultimates if you grab them quick enough into their ultimate. Otherwise, using this ability, you can consider this a stun ability. Understanding the range of your grab and getting used to that is going to get you a lot more value out of this. So remember that she does a short dash when trying to grab, so preparing for these ahead of time will have a lot of impact in the game. Mainly, you're going to want to be grabbing vulnerable targets with this grab though, and then kick them into walls for a lot of damage. Grabbing a huge target like a strategist out of position is going to get a lot of value for your team if you can follow up with it. The kick has a 2-second cooldown, so you can use this as often as you'd like. It comes back really quick. As offensive as she can be, you need to find a balance between offensive and defensive play. In diamond form, she is great against divers. So against the dive comp, you want to position close to your strategists and not try to get too far from them against those specific comps. Pay attention to the timer in your diamond form because losing your damage reduction when you're in a really bad spot will result in you being eliminated. Against another Emma, usually you want to use your diamond form after hers. The reason for this is if the other Emma triggers diamond form first and then you wait before you use yours, hers is going to run out first, which is going to allow you an opportunity to take her out when she's vulnerable without that damage reduction. The key is about finding the balance and sticking to the strengths of both of your forms while understanding both of their weaknesses. Playing as Emma, really you are rotating around the enemy based on where your cooldown is for diamond form. Otherwise, you are focusing on building up damage and placing your shield where it protects your team best. Now let's talk about her ultimate ability. With this, you can do a lot of crowd control and make a ton of space. Her ultimate ability is essentially a ranged attack that fills a meter on enemies that when full stops them from using certain abilities and makes them approach Emma Frost. Using this in corridors and open spaces, you will get a lot of value with this due to the lack of cover, but she needs to maintain line of sight in order for the effect to continue. In places with a lot of cover, enemies will easily be able to break a line of sight with her and wait out the ultimate, so keep that in mind. In those scenarios, just save the ultimate if you can mind control at least 2 people to find value. She also cannot be stunned out of this ultimate and has crowd control immunity. Only for a brief second when she says kneel can she be pulled out of her ultimate. I have an entire video on every ultimate ability Emma Frost can cancel after doing myth busting with Alfaro and life lessons. So definitely check that video out. It's extremely helpful no matter what season you're in. Her mind control is one of the strongest ultimates in the game and makes her a serious threat when used in an optimal scenario. Pairing her ultimate together with an offensive ultimate is the best way to use mind control if you can coordinate these plays with your duelists. And with that, this is essentially how you play Emma Frost in a nutshell. I think players are going to enjoy this hero a ton and keep things fresh for the game. I'm going to be playing Vanguard so much more this season because of Emma Frost. If you want more Marvel Rivals content, be sure to like the video and subscribe for more content. That being said, see you around and peace out.